Now you're a dancer also, right?
Yeah, drummer, dancer.
Yeah. Do you think that adzing is going to influence that at all?
Yes.
Adzing?
Oh,
Wow.
yes. Well, the thing is that I actually listen to a lot of songs. I have them on my iPod, so that's what I listen to usually when I'm carving. And so I'm listening to all the songs that we sing and lullabies and whatever else. And
Well, that's nice.
yeah, so it actually, it's kind of in the background, you know, and I don't know, it just kind of makes me get into the mood of the flow, you know, and there's a drum beat to it, so it's, you know, it's I don't know, it's drumming. If you've ever seen somebody who's really, you know, transfixed by drumming and dancing, it's almost like they're not there. They don't see the crowd, and that's kind of what it is like adzing when you are very involved in your. I mean, you could 10 people can come in and you have no idea how many people are there or who's coming and gone because you're so focused. So yeah, I mean they're pretty similar, you know, in nature. And it really is, I have to again say, I don't know if it's our ancestors coming through us or what, you know, that feeling of this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is where, you know, I don't know how to explain it, and people are going to think I'm crazy.
No,
But
you hear artists say that all the time.
It's like, I mean, I've tried beading, I'm not good beater. You know, I've tried other forms of artwork, and, you know, I've ruled out some things. Not that I don't do them, it's, you know, because I bead at home and stuff, but I'm not, not a professional. I usually trade for those kind of things.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not your thing.
Yeah, I can make the moccasins, I can make the blankets, I can do the designs, you know, and so I know my limits, but adzing and working with wood is so natural. I can't, I mean, I love the smell in there when you walk in, and it just feels like home without ever having, I've only been there a month and a half, month and 3 weeks, you know, and I feel this is where I'm supposed to be at, so obviously my ancestors are playing a part, I guess. And I really appreciate WCA hiring, not just bringing people in, but hiring locals too, so that we can learn, because we hope to continue, you know, and do other things.
Has being involved in this project changed your views about your culture at all? About Tlingit culture?
It has strengthened them by far. You know, moving the totem poles and moving the artwork, seeing those poles up close, because you always looked up to them, you know, and they're way up high, and you know, you saw them, but you didn't really get to see them, and we got to touch them and clean them and feel them, and I mean, you almost clean, you know, I mean, it's we're so proud of them. I mean, you know, I don't know, we just feel connected. At least I feel connected. And like I don't know if I told you guys or not, but we got done moving the bear totem. I think it was the bear totem. And
Undersea bear.
and we moved him from the back of the house all the way over. It took us 3.5 hours, and we worked nonstop. And we all did it by hand and by pulley, and you know, and so 3 women, 2 men. So it was great teamwork, but it was nerve-wracking because it was really muddy out there. But anyway, we got done, and I mean, we were pooped and nervous, and you know, so we sat down at the very end. Wayne said, "Okay, just take a 5-minute break." So we sat down, and this eagle comes flying down. You know, I don't know if we were so busy we didn't pay attention before, but eagle flew right over the top and landed in the cottonwood behind Shakes Island, and then a raven comes in and lands on the tree too. It was like, I mean, it was just crazy. It was balanced. I mean, it was, and they sat there for probably about 10 minutes, and then they left, and we continued on. But it was, that I think is a sign for me. So it just strengthens my feeling towards my culture and my people. So, yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
You're kind of what some people call a blonde Indian.
Well, I was red, but now I'm calling it.
But you know, have you experienced prejudice because of that?
I have actually. I have a digital story that I did when I was working for Search that talked about it, and because I was, actually, I experienced it about the age of 11, because I left my culture for a period of time. I used to come to JLM all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My sister did too, but she has the dark skin, the dark hair, the dark eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she looks more native than I do. She tans beautifully. But anyway, I came when I was 11, and I experienced the first time the opposite of discrimination, being, because I associated myself as a native.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we hunted fish subsistence, that's what we lived off of. I mean, we ran out of meat, you eat fish all winter,
Right.
you know. So I didn't know anything else, and yeah, I had an elder at the time who said that they were wasting their money on blonde-haired Indians.
Mm.
And I, being the person I was back then, I just took my carving. I still have the carving. Sometimes it makes me cry when I look at it. And I went home and I never went back.
Mm.
I never continued on. And I got back into my culture 12 years ago when my daughter was in Head Start.
Mm-hmm.
And Virginia Oliver kind of reached out and said, you know, come join us down at JLM. And you know, I never shared the story of the, you know, I guess it's discrimination,
Yeah.
you know, but I didn't know that as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt, you know, well, if they don't want me down there, then I'm not going to go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I feel better. I mean, I walk taller. I might look blonde and pale skinned, but you know, deep down in my heart, I am 100% Tlingit, and I'm native, and no one can tell me differently.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I get into the culture, and I just feel it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have to explain myself anymore. I used to have to say, oh, I'm native. Oh, I'm native,
Mm-hmm.
and remind people. And now I'm okay with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I feel good right where I'm at. So it's been a good. It's been good to transition all the way through, because I think I can help. I also help the other kids who look like I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's a lot because
Yeah, because of what Wrangell is, and
Yeah.
who Wrangell is.
yeah,
you
and
know?
there's a lot of natives in town who
Mhm.
look the same as I do. So
Yeah.
and they feel embarrassed because they don't look quote unquote native.
Yeah.
So you know.
Well, and you know, at Celebration, the time we went to Celebration, I heard comments.
Yeah.
about Wrangell dancers. Oh, it's,
Yeah.
you know, the blonde Indians, and there's so many light skinned, you know, so many blonde Indians in that Wrangell troupe and all.
Yeah,
this
and
stuff.
the thing is that most of our kids are native.
Yeah,
Or Aleut,
yeah.
or Tsimshian, and
Right.
and you know, sometimes that does remind me. Sometimes we do receive comments, but usually they're not by cruel comments. They're just, you know. Now I don't take them as cruel because I don't think they're coming across as cruel. But I always make sure that the students that we're with or anybody else is, you know, be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
If this is what you associate with,
Yeah.
and this is who you want to be, then be proud of it.
Well, I like to think of it as Wrangell breaking new ground.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I think we've come so far.
You know, Wrangell could be the one that says, okay, this is how we live in the future with our culture.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
you know,
And we've got a good
by
group
being
of kids.
inclusive of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and being proud of who we are.
Yeah.
You know.
And the
No
schools
matter what our
are really,
heritage.
really including us now
Oh, good.
in presentations and dancing, and we've been included in the classrooms. We get called. We go
Mhm.
hooligan fishing with them on Mr. Keene, and you know,
Mhm.
do a lot of things with the school district now that wasn't in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So that's